Yes, welcome back to Arc Map Trading. And so we're getting in directly into geologic map creation in this exercise. And let's see how beautiful it is. And so just check in the description below. You're going to find access to the data for this training. So we titled geologic map data, so you can download them and add them to your Arc Map folder. Add them to your Arc Map folder. So once you've added them to your Arc Map folder, you can get back and follow along in this video. We're going to have a very interesting ride in all of this, and it's beautiful. So my Arc Map is loaded, so we're going to open a new page. Just so once it shows on your screen, Arc Map getting started, just click cancel. So click cancel. So you could remember the very first thing we do whenever we open our Arc Map is to set our work environment. So I'm going to set my work environment, and I expect you to do that. So you can go to your layers, coordinate system, set it at WGS84, click apply and OK, and then go back again. Go to general, decimal degrees, degree minutes and seconds rather, then standard label engine, click OK, click apply. So we've set our work environment. So the next thing now is to add our boundary data. So we're going to go to add data, then XY data. So click on, we're going to browse for the file. Click on the browse button. It shows your then go back to search for your Arc Map folder. Go to home, just click the drop down to Arc Map training. So you're going to see geologic map data, double click on it, and then we're going to double click on the B21 boundaries, click on sheet $1 and click add. So it's automatically raised. So ensure that your coordinate system of input coordinate description is fixed at WGS84. If it's not fixed, just click edit and select WGS84, click OK and get back, then click OK. So when it shows table does not have object ID, click OK. So our point shows. So once our point shows, we're going to create our polygons. So we're going to go to your catalog. So on your Arc Map training, just open the drop down, and then on the geologic map data, right click on it and then go to new. When you go to new, go down and then click shape file. We're creating a polygon. Click shape file. So name it B21. Okay, no, don't use B21, use something else. Let's use G border. Let's use G border. So once you've done that, select polygon in your feature type, and under your spatial reference, change the description. Just click on edit, select WGS84, click OK, and then click OK again. So on your layer tab, you're going to see G border as showed. So when G border as showed, then right click on it and then go to edit features. Once you go to edit features, select start editing. So it's going to load. It's going to take some time to start up. Take some time. Alright, so go to your snapping and ensure snap to sketch is on. So once you've done that, go to your below the catalog, go to create features. On create features, you're going to click that create features. It brings a drop out button. You click on G border and then down under construction tools, click on polygon. When you've done that, go back and then click on your first, as you can see on my screen. When you click on that, that's the click on right. Let's click on the second one. Let's click on the third. Left click on the fourth, and then go back and double click on the last one. When you double click on the last one, go to editor, save edit. Once you save edit, stop edit. So once you save edit, go to your Gborder, right click on that small rectangle box there, and then change it to olive, and then your outline width to 1. Click OK. Once you've done that, turn off your sheet $1. So now we created our border for the Geologic map. That's the first step. The next step now is for us to save our work. Let's save our work. That's very important. So we save our work. Save the work in your ArcMap folder. ArcMap training folder. So we're going to save it as inside a Geologic map folder. Then let's save it. Save it as Geologic practice. Geologic practice. Practice map. Then we do that here. Then click save. So now the next thing we're going to do is to add our rock data that we collected from the feed. So go to file, go to add data, go to add XY data, and then we click the browse, and then just click this up one level arrow. It takes us back. And so in our geologic data you downloaded, you have boundary, you have deep, you have outcrop, you have places, you have road. So you're going to add the B21 outcrops data. Double click on it. So click on $1 and click OK, and then click edit. Yes, set that the widget 84, and then click OK. So your rock data you collected on the feed are shown on the map, but we don't really know what rock is here. So we need to label this rock such that we could infer and create our own boundary. So click on that sheet $1 that is found on the first one, and then right click, and then select, go to properties, so you want to label this feature. Click on label features in this layer. So the file has been, we have x, that's y, x and y, latitude and longitude, the rock type, igneous or metamorphic. Rock name is the specific igneous rock that will come in the field. So I'm going to select rock name. Just click apply. So check your screen. You will notice the names of the rock are shown on the screen already. And so with this, we want to infer the boundaries per rock type. And as you can see that, just notice the generalization between the data you find here. Notice that your granite, they extend through this place down here, cover this side or this place, and then go back like this, and then cut back down like this, back out. So your granite takes the major area of it. So for the schist, you can infer a boundary like this for it, and then for the banded gneiss, you can infer a boundary like this for the banded gneiss. So we're going to move on to the third step now, is to infer our boundaries. And to infer our boundaries, go back to your catalog on your desktop ArcMap training folder under the word Geologic map data. Right click on it, go to new. We're going to add, we're going to turn on, we're going to create a 5Geo database. 5Geo database. So we want to connect all the things we want to do now into this 5Geo database. And so we're going to edit this 5Geo database. Edit it as GP, just change it to GP map. That's Geologic map practice. GP map. So to save to GP map.gdp. So once you've done that, right click on that GP map again and go to new. And then when you go to new, you turn on feature class. Turn on feature class. So we're going to create a new feature class, and then this feature class, name it as lithology. And do that lithology alias lithology 2. So the features will be, now your type of features you want to use is not going to be polygon feature, it's going to be line features. So once you've done that, click next. So choose the region 84 as your coordinate system. Okay, degree, this next. And so this, it shows this new feature class. So your new feature class, we're going to create a new one. Just type in contact, and where you're going to select text as your distance. So when you select text, come down here. The length of the contact, change it to 500. It's telling you how many words you want to accept it to type, and then click finish. So once you've done that, it shows on your screen. You're going to see lithology shows on your screen. So we've created our lithology, and right click on it, and then click edit feature. Just like it, want to edit feature, you want to start creating inferred boundaries for this. When you click edit, ensure your snap to sketch is turned on, and then go to your create feature. You see lithology, right click on it, and then click line. So when you click line, we're going to ensure that we're going to first select the 4 points we created. We'll first select that. So just follow the way I'm doing it. Select here, go straight down here, ensure that it is on that same border, aligned. Go back to the next point, aligned, and back. I will double click on it in the last line back. So once you do that, ensure you always save. Go to editor tab and then save edit. So that's the very first one. So for the next one we're going to do now, we're going to infer boundary for the schist. This is the schist here. So ensure at the edge. So just infer a boundary. Ensure that this thing is showing edge or vertex. If it's not showing, either it is vertex or showing edge, ensure it is showing edge so that you can select it along this line. So I'm going to select it here, and then I'm going to go. I want to infer my boundary for my schist. Infer my boundaries for my schist here, and then when you come back to the edge, double click on it. So that's the very first one you've done. And so what we've done for that, we're going to infer for our nice. So for our nice, the nice just lies around this edge. So I can just take it from here and take it just down here to cover out, because we're inferring, they're not really the exact boundaries we want. So save your edit. Once you save your edit, then you stop edit. So why we stopped edit here was that since we are not inferring for other boundaries, automatically ArcMap infers the third boundaries for the granite. It shows the other remaining space is contained by the granitic rock that we can find in our map. So let's check this. Let's go to our lithology layer, right click on it, and then open attribute table. So we want to check the boundaries we've created. Notice we created one, that's for the very first one. We created second one, that's for our schist, and we created the third one for our gneiss. So the first one is going to take for the granite itself, while the second takes for the schist, the third takes for the gneiss. So once you've done that, just go to option and clear selected, clear selection. So we're going to come back here. We come back here, and so this is how we infer our boundaries for our geologic map when we're creating it. So let's save our work. And when we save that, let's go back to lithology, right click, open attribute table, and then in your contacts, we're going to edit this our contact to what we really need at first. So we're going to make our contact. So to do that, we need to edit features. So go to edit features and right click on your lithology tab, edit features, and we want to start editing. So once the first one, we're going to change the very first, edit this to granite. Okay, we're going to just double click on it, click border, on this click infad, and then this infad, so once you've done that, save it, save edit, and then stop edit, and then close the attribute table. So once we close the attribute table, we're going to create a new unit. We're going to create a new shapefile. So go to So the next step now is we're going to create a new file by exporting our lithology. I usually call that unit. And so to do that, right click on your lithology, go to data, and click export data. So we're going to change our happy feature class. We'll change the folder to the exact folder, ArcMap training geologic folder that we have. So ensure you go to your geologic map data, so save it inside there. So this, you're going to save it as units. Save it as units. Let's click save. So once you click save, click OK. Yes. So once it asks, do you want to add the exported data to the map as a layer? Click yes. So you're going to see your unit shows. So if you turn off your lithology, you notice your unit also has its own board, has its own, like you created a new folder out of that, a new layout of your lithology. And why we did that is such that we could add the specific rock that those infad boundaries we created that we actually use them for. So just turn on your lithology. So your units, right click on units, go to open attribute table. We're going to add some things to this table. So when you do that, go to right click on unit again, and then edit feature and start editing. So it's going to load. Once you've done that, you want to add feed. To this. Yes, so to add, we're going to edit our unit. So just right click, open attribute table, and then go to the table options, click the drop down. Once you click drop down, you're going to see add feed. If your add feed is not showing, then go to your editor, ensure that you stop edit. So once you stop edit, we'll go back to that attribute table, and then that option will come up. So you go to add feed. We're going to add a new feed. So the first feed is going to be unit ID, unit underscore ID. Ensure that there's no space because the program does not accept. So change your type to text, and then the length, you can leave it as 50. So add another you notice that your unit ID has added here. You see your unit ID, and then go back to that table option, right? Just click the drop down, add another field. We're going to call this unit description, unit underscore description. Just use DSC. Okay, unit underscore description. Let's type this for. Ensure there is no space, and then change your type to text. But this ensure that your text should be more than 50. Let's use like 200, so you can type more text in case you want to describe the work well. So click OK. Okay, now it's saying it's too long, so we're going to shorten it. Automatically shorten it for us. So now we're going to edit this feed. So this first feed, just by the left hand side after the tab before the FID, just right click on this. It will show you what you selected. So you can see on your screen, you can see the blue. It shows that that's the border. So we're going to edit it. So that ID, this ID, we're going to edit it. So to edit it, just go to your editor. Wait, okay, don't do that. Just go to right click on unit ID, and then go to edit features, then start editing. So once you've done that, double click on that system and then type in. So that's for this border. I told you that the border is going to host our granite because the granite takes in more of those space. So we're going to type the unit ID for this. The unit ID for granite from the Nigerian scale is OGU. So you're going to type O, capital letter O, G, and then small letter U. That's for the unit ID for granite. So the next I'm going to click on is going to be the schist. So the unit ID for schist is SU, capital letter S and small letter U. While the third one is going to be unit ID for gneiss. So the unit ID for gneiss is capital letter G and small letter G. So is there another one? Okay, there's no another one. So we'll go to the unit description. So for the gneiss to describe, for unit description, the first one will be granite. So just put undifferentiated granite. Undifferentiated granite. So the next, which is schist, is going to be undifferentiated schist. That means you've not done lab analysis on the rock samples to really tell. Undifferentiated schist. And then the last one is going to be gneiss. Just gneiss. Just type gneiss. It's nice one. Nice. And so once you've done that, just clear selection, and then click save edit, and then stop edit. So you can close your attribute table. With that. So the next step now is we're going to edit our lithology. We're going to put our borders. In fact, borders are you identify them with dash, broken dash. So just right click, go to properties, and then go to symbology. Under symbologies, click on categories. So under contact, ensure that your value field is in contact, and check your other values, and then click add all values. So you can see that it's brought out our border, infat and infat. So we're going to group this infat together. We'll select and group them. Select and group this. Click group values. So once we do that, we're going to double click on the line, the symbol of that border.
and then go down. For the border will just be, you can just choose a thick black let me search if there's a border symbol. You can search for border symbol on the X-ray symbol to see. So we have some border symbol here. Just click single arrow, then change it to 1 and click OK for the border. For the inferred boundary, we're going to use broken dash. Just go to dash, go down, you're going to see dash 4 over 4. Right click on it and then change it to 1 and click OK and then click apply. So when you click apply, turn off your units. So you notice that you've created your inferred boundaries for these two, and the rest is taking everything up. And so let's save our work so we don't miss it. And once you do that, notice that the border came in out under your lithology as a drop down, border and inferred, two inferred. So the next step is just turn off your lithology. You can turn it off, check your unit. So under units, right click and then go to properties. Go to properties. Under properties, click on categories. When you click on categories, click on shape, contact, and then click add all values. So we have both the inferred. Let's go back. Let's click cancel first. Yes, so we're getting close to wrapping up our map. So the next thing we're going to do now is we're going to do some conversions so that we can start adding up our colors. So I'm going to stop this part 1 here, and so we don't make the training too lengthy on this one. And I'm going to upload the finishing part of this video so that we can wrap it up. So let's just, you can, if you're having any issues, you can just go back and try and track back, and before the next video drop, this wraps up our progress so far. So ensure that you only save your work once you're working, and that will be fine. So look up to the next video as we wrap up our geologic map from the scratch that we're creating. Thank you very much.